Hey, David, what's going on?
Pierre, what's happening? What's
You
happening?
hear me? Good. What's up? How you doing today?
I'm feeling great, man. Feeling amazing. Had a couple
That's
calls
what
this
I'm talking
morning.
about.
Inspired, try to
Yep.
inspire some people. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all about inspiring people and just. So, David, man. So what do you do, bro? Let the audience know what you do, your profession, and how you got into this.
Okay, so hey guys, my name's David Nguyen. Over here in the East Coast, Canada, and what I do, I got into affiliate marketing, digital marketing, about 2 years now. Whether it's improving their business, whether it's how to make money online, or even personalized coaching. I'm also a consultant, so I consult people how to even get started. A lot of people are struggling now, so whether they just lost their job recently or on government funding, things like that. They're looking to take their next step in life. So I just try to be a valuable guy and add value and help people, and yeah, that's what I do.
Exactly. Because it's all about adding value, right? What's the point of living on this planet if you can't add value to people's lives? Where they could get off a live video or get off a phone call with you and they leave 10 times better than they was when they came into the conversation.
That's exactly it, right? So, when you have that conversation, you have a choice. I really feel that you have a choice when you talk to someone. So, are you being there to actually help, or are you being there to hurt? Right? It can go either way, and both I feel we absorb. Sometimes you don't have to listen 100%, but we still absorb it. So, what are we want to be cautious about the things that we say sometimes, right? Um, and not take it lightly.
And would you say this, David? Like, we got to be cautious to what we say to other people. One, because we're saying it to ourselves, right? So that's like a lose-lose situation right there, because our mouths are so close to our ears. So when we're hurting other people, we hurt ourselves too, because that self-talk is very, very crucial to your success.
Yes. Yeah. So sometimes, everyone has their bad day, right? Everyone has the day. We talked a little bit about
Right,
one of our first conversations was, talking about our past and things that happened in our life that made us who we are today. And not all those situations were pleasant. Let's be honest and be real, right?
right,
But now
right.
that we have the opportunity, it's like, are you gonna, if you had a bad day, for example, are you gonna tell everybody, the next person that you see, are you gonna tell them how bad your day was, or you just gonna keep
Right.
it to yourself? And when they ask you how your day was, how do you respond, for example? So even if you have things happen in your family, even if things are going on with coronavirus, even if all this stuff is happening, if someone asks me how my day is, I'm great. Because if you
Right.
smile, you say you're
No.
great, you're good, like things are amazing, you're gonna make them laugh. They're gonna make them smile. So they don't need to know about the
Right.
negative stuff that just happened to you, because they're gonna absorb that and it's gonna ruin their day. It's like, well, it's
Right.
literally like
Uh,
walking into
And then you
someone's
can.
house and dropping off trash. It's not fair.
Right.
Shiny new
Exactly,
house.
man. That's a
They're balling. They just got their new house. They're excited. They got their new car. Let's just drop some trash in there. It's not fair.
right. I didn't create a new life for myself, and you drop trash there. Like you just drop trash in my mindset, right? You just drop trash in my mind, the way I was thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not fair to that person, right? You might as well like stay at home, right? And actually analyze, right? And take personal development. That's why personal development is so crucial.
Yeah.
to entrepreneur success or anyone's success.
Yeah, exactly. I think.
And we had me and David a long talk. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we had some really good talks about this. Actually, it's I think it's important to surround ourselves with people that you don't always have to surround yourself by positive people. But just know that if you have something negative to say and the next person beside you also has something negative to say, now everyone in the room is negative, then the riot starts. You know, then the riot starts.
Right.
So if you can strategize to be around people that are uplifting, people that are winning, people that are offering value back and forth, people are making these, you know, none of us, like, I'm not better than anyone that I do consulting for or train, or I'm not better than anyone. It's just the fact that I choose to be around positive people. And if I give people usually 2 chances. So if someone's negative once, okay, they keep coming at me again, I'll give them another chance. And then once there's the 3rd time, they're out of the circle. I'm just going to, because if I'm going to spend my time, I'm going to be around people that I'm learning from, or that we can help and add value to each other, like you and I, right, on our conversations.
Right.
Where I might be an expert
Yeah.
at a certain category, where you're going to be an expert in another. So we're helping each other out. We're all learning. It's a big win, right? It's not even about money or anything like that. It's the fact that you wake up in the morning, I just learned something new from this person, right? And they made a difference in my life. So those things are valuable. Those are the things everyone here listening needs to realize, that there's family and there's best friends growing up when you're kids and all that stuff. But like, who's the person that you want to be? Do you want to be, you know, John from back in the day, 10 years ago, and that's what everyone remembers him like? Or do you want to be John 2.0 that is on this new mission for success and achievement? And no matter what the family and friends think, he's going to do it anyways, because that's who he believes in himself. That's who he wants to be. So now that's who he can become right now, right?
And it's crazy that you said that. It's because, and I just went through something just like that, right? My cousin, I was talking to my cousin on the phone one day, and he says, "Here's the story." And I started getting into entrepreneurship. And I just got into a program, right? And he says to me, "Kia, did you even make any money yet from it?" I say, "It's not about the money. It's like it's not even about the money." I say, "I'm growing, man. I'm growing. I'm stepping into leadership, man. I'm growing. I'm helping people grow." He said, "Just go get a 9 to 5, man. Just go do a factory job. You're good at that." Oh yeah, I'm good at that, but it's time to grow, right? I can't help anyone else grow until I grow. So I was trying to explain it to him. Now I started thinking like, well, I don't have to explain it. I could just keep going on this mission that I have, right? The vision. I see a vision. I could keep moving forward. And remember what you was telling me about? It's not about tell them how you was telling me, David, about it's about what they see that they can't do sometimes. So they try to put it on you.
Okay, so what I learned over the years and through reading and different mentors and stuff like that, it's a lot of the time people will come at you in a negative way or comment, for example, to do a negative post on your Facebook or Instagram, or just say something negative, and then they tell you like, bro, go get a 9 to 5. Like, that's going to be way easier for you. Business, you know, it's going to be tough. You're going to be struggling. You're going to be this. You know, 1 out of a million are going to make it, and all these different things. And they say you can't do it. And they tell you can't do it. And the reason why, and the whole reasoning why, is because a lot of people will say, based on their own belief of themselves, they'll tell others what they feel about themselves. So their real opinion is the fact that they can't do it. So subconsciously, they're kind of just taking it out on you and saying you can't do it. But the fact is, they just don't believe it's possible. They really don't believe it's possible. And in our lives, we have 2 eyes. With some of us are vision impaired, so You know, we have our ears, and even then, like, we have our body, and that's our life that we experience. So, you know, that's in our world is not possible, right? So then that we tell everyone else that it's not possible. But in reality, it's just a belief. So they don't believe in themselves enough that they can do it, so they view it as impossible. So they're telling them that you can't do it now. So that's your choice whether you listen or not at that point. And I choose, and if it's a negative situation that tell me I can't, I'm going to listen, but I don't have to listen. So I'm going to hear it, but I don't have to absorb it. It's a choice, right?
Right. Exactly. And choices is very crucial to your success, to changing other people's lives at that. It's the choices that we make because we have a choice to listen. We have a choice to speak. We have a choice to hold what we're thinking in, right? We have a choice to analyze. We have a choice to everything. We have a choice in what we eat. We have a choice on what words we read, what person we talk to that day. It's choices. It comes down to choices. Or are you going to choose that? We choose onto this live, Facebook Live, because we can share value with one another, right?
Yeah.
While the audience is getting value too, all at the same time. So, my God, you know how that multiplication works? It's, oh my God, it's so serious. It's just like all out here, like, wow. It's like a bomb, nothing positivity, right? Wow. Negative people here, right? They fall, right? But we pick them back up, right? After that positive bomb then went on. Pick them back up because we still want to let them know about the positivity and share it with them, even though they're trying to block it out sometimes, right? Because they're going to catch it no matter what. Because positivity, it multiplies no matter what you do.
Yeah, I really believe in if you believe something is possible, then you can attain. And it's important to have that mindset, right? If you already defeated yourself by saying you can't, then you can't. So instead of saying instead of saying no when someone asks you, can you do something? Right? Like if it seems impossible, just say, yeah, we can do that.
Right.
You know, let's find out how. Let's find out how to do that. Right? Or even if it's like your kids or something, like, oh, I want to buy this toy, I want to buy this. Instead of saying, oh, you know what, that toy is $60, $100, like, do you know how much money that is and how much work that? Instead of doing that, just say, yeah, we'll get it. You're just going to have to do the chores. You're going to have to make sure that you do your homework on time. You're going to make sure to help me with this. Maybe we can start a little business together. Get a little bit of lemonade when the coronavirus is over. You know what I mean? It's like, now you're building a pathway for them getting what they want, and then them realize that they actually have to work for it. So you're not saying no, you're saying yes, we'll get that. But how are we going to get it, right?
It's how we going to get it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the possibilities are endless. When you ask yourself that question, how are we going to do this? And then the possibilities start opening up, right? And then you start seeing possibilities you never knew that could happen, right? Because you're walking into the unknown, right? And when you walk into the unknown, things are showing up out of nowhere.
That's exactly it. It's like it starts with a conversation. So, you know, our relationship, for example, I started with, you know, we started messaging back and forth. At first, maybe we're a little apprehensive of something because you're like, wait a second, why is this guy giving me feedback? And then we're back and forth, and then we realize, like, let's get on a call. And then we talk about it, and we're like, wait a second, this guy's super, super cool. You know what I mean? He just thinks different than I do. So how do I leverage what he knows to what I don't know to make it happen? You know what I mean? So, and that's what's cool about Facebook. And if you guys aren't taking advantage of Facebook and social media, it's important to be a viewer, but also it's even more vital to be a creator and a producer, right? And I know some of you guys are struggling to get on video, and like I'm not comfortable on video, to be honest with you guys, but I push myself because I feel like I have a message to help people out. If I can make make a difference in one person's life, at the end of the day, it's worth it, right? So if I can say something, if I know a lot of you guys are shy. Growing up, I couldn't even talk when I was in grade 5 and 6. When I went to a new school, I didn't even talk. I just nodded my head. Like, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people suffer from being shy or, want to stay under the radar. But, the more you get yourself out there, the more relationships you can build, the more value you can receive and apply. And the more opportunity opens up. There's no opportunity sitting in the box. There really isn't.
Nope.
Right?
Say that again, David. There's no opportunity sitting in the box, right?
There's no opportunity sitting in the box.
You cannot see the label outside of the box if you're sitting in the box, right? But
if you are in a box,
right?
And if you are in a box, get on your computer, get on the live.
Right. Exactly. Talk about how you was in this box and how you had to get out of that box and what steps you had to take to get out of that box and see things in a different perspective, right? See things in a different pattern and how you recognize your old pattern to the new pattern, right? You can only side of the box. You can only recognize your pattern box, right? Stepping out of the box is so crucial too, because matter of fact, here's a story. I was in the box for a long time, right? Didn't want to come out my comfort zone and talk to new people or network. I was scared to network. I was like afraid, like a lot of self-doubt, right? Until you start walking into your personal power, and that person don't lie inside of the box. Everything outside of that. What's the other side of that brick wall that I haven't touched, I haven't felt, that I haven't seen,
Yeah. Exactly. Getting a lot of messages over there, Pierre.
So, I know. Should have turned it. I should have thought about that before I got on this live, right? But it's okay though. You know what? It's already done and over with.
I usually hit up the do not disturb
because this is very right. That's what I should have did.
That's how we learn. That's why
it's breaking up like this. See, now I know what not to do.
Yeah, you got it.
What to do.
It only gets better from there, right?
Simple as that. Don't beat. This is where we go wrong at when we beat ourselves up about what we didn't know. We don't know what we don't know.
One other point I want to make is because we're talking about negative energies and stuff like that. Just keep in mind, It's something I learned from Gary Vee, actually. It's something that when people take out their anger on others, whether negative comments or saying you can't, or even bullying as a kid, like bullying and stuff like that, it's because there's something wrong in their life. There's something wrong that's really bad in their life that makes them do that because they have no other way out. So they take it out on others. So that's the only way that they can express themselves. So just be cautious of that as well, because some people don't want to be around negative stuff, but at the same time, sometimes it's okay to say, "Are you okay?" Like, if something's really bad, like sometimes you hear some really bad stuff, and they're probably in a really dark place that pushed them so far that they want to drop something negative on others because it's a reaction, right? So sometimes it's okay to actually say, like, whether male, female, like, hey, are you doing okay? Like, what's going on? And sometimes they just need some guidance, right? Sometimes it's they just never had that person that held out their hand or would give them some kind of value. They're around the wrong crowd, possibly. So just want to be cautious about that as well. Is always, it's quick to get mad. It's quick to get mad and say, you know what, you don't even know me, and this and that. But sometimes it's okay to say, yo, like, is everything okay with you? Is like just to get a better understanding of what's going on. And sometimes there's some serious stuff, right?
Right, definitely. Like it's a lot of like when I was a kid, like tell you the truth, when I was a kid, man, I used to get mad real quick.
Mm.
That's what used to get me in trouble, right? That's why I used to be in trouble all the time. Because I would get mad real quick, man. And it rooted to things that I was, trying to get away from and I didn't understand it, right? So I would get mad at other people and take it out on people. That is just what was going on inside, right? Because our there's a reflection going on in the inside.
Yeah.
So whatever's going on in our life on the outside is a reflection to whatever's going on the inside, always.
Exactly. And I'm not here to tell anyone that I'm perfect in any way because, for example, maybe you have an argument or maybe you're talking about something and you're loud voiced. And maybe we need to be aware sometimes of who's around and things like that as well, right? Maybe it's our children. Do I need to say that right now?
Mm-hmm.
Or could I just chill out and have an actual conversation about it later instead of being heated, right? And it happens to all of us. Like none of us are perfect in relationships, arguments, but like who's listening though? Because it can affect them, and it can affect.
Yep.
For example, if you have a daughter, certain words you say around a female, for example, or partner or whatever, could affect how they get treated potentially when they're older, or what they think is okay with being, what they feel is okay to be treated that way or whatever, right? So I learned that from one of my best friends, Michael, who is a really close friend of mine in Texas. So, just we want to be cautious of what they see because we could say the wrong thing and then they may get used to that feeling of this is how dad treated this or this is how this person treated this. So it's okay that I get treated that way, but really it's not, right?
Right. And it becomes a habit for them. It becomes a habit, so they get used to the way a certain person would treat them, and they think it's okay. Because after a while, you think it's just part of you, right? But it's really not. It's just like growing up with a parent that was doing a certain thing, like my dad. All he did was he cleaned up a lot, bro. So now I do it, right? It comes naturally. I just do it without thinking now, right? Yeah, those habits that's why habits are really crucial to break too, the bad habits, right? Because it's already embedded in you. It's like part of you. So it takes those little bitty steps to break them, like, and you got to replace them to where it's like this, where it doesn't know the difference, right? It's just like this, you replace it, right? You got to at a time. Like when you're trying to trick your brain into doing something different, you got to really do it, like make it seem like you're not doing anything. That's why you can't do big things, right? Like right off the bat, you gotta chunk it down because your subconscious mind is like, yeah, right, bro, you're not changing. No, that's not happening over here. Right?
And I think it's important to lead by example too. So it's like you can talk about something and tell people something, but then are you actually doing it? So
Yep.
Because there's all these coaches and mentors and like, oh, this is how you do this, that, and then they don't close their own deals or they don't eat healthy themselves. Like you see these personal trainers at the gym. This is the meal plan. This is this, that, and then they're not in shape at all. Like it doesn't make sense. No judgment, but I'm like, you're into fitness. You're saying you're into fitness and you like helping people, then you gotta help yourself too, right? It's like it's all part of it.
Mm-hmm. That's like when I was going through so many things when I was younger, right? And I would be doing drugs and smoking and hanging out with the wrongest people, and then I'd be trying to tell other people stuff, and they just look at me like, okay, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You
Look
can't
what you're
tell me
doing.
this, and you're out here, right? You know what I'm saying? Just not congruent.
We're all influencers. We're
Your
all
words,
authority. We're all influencers and authority. You don't have to be a social media guru or a million, 2 million followers, because that's just a number. Look at Instagram, for example. You can start showing your assets physically, and that's all you show, and still have 2.5, 3 million, 300 million followers. And did you add any value at all? Maybe, maybe not. It's not a requirement.
exactly. It's just like seeing me right now, bro. It's just like seeing me. Like you're like, oh, Pierre, he has a blue shirt on, right? He's sitting in the background. You see a stove, right? You can see me come outside, right, with some shoes on that got holes in it. Doesn't mean that I don't have $1 million.
That's facts.
That doesn't mean that I don't have $1 million, right?
And that's, yeah.
What you see on the front,
that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. No, it's true though, because I used to work commission sales, like selling computers and things like that. So you'd see guys. I live over in the East Coast near the like lobster fishermen and stuff like that, right?
Oh.
And a guy would come in. What's going on over there? A guy would come in like straight up off the boat, like overalls, dirty shirt, hat, like the fishing hat, pulls up
right
to the. It's similar to a Best Buy, but it was a commission-based future. It was called Future Shop. Pulls up in there. Right. No one's talking to him. No one's saying hi to him. So I go to say hi to him. I go to say hi to him. Hey, how are you doing? Treat people like everyone else. Like treat people. Doesn't matter what they look like, what they're wearing. Just treat people with respect, right? Regardless. Color, race, sex, size, whatever. Just treat people with respect. So I should go up to this guy, treat him like everyone else. The guy buys everything. I want a computer package. We walked over to the home theater section, bought him a new TV. I didn't even work these sections at the time. I just had a shopping cart with them. Let's go. Camera is a few $100 right there, right? Like 300 or something like that day from just that guy, because right. I just was welcoming to him and he liked me. So, and that's the thing. He was the guy with the overalls with the dirty shirt. People gotta stop judging, man. You ever go to the Gucci store?
Dude, I've never been to the Gucci store ever, bro.
We should try it just to see what happens, because they're like following you around. It depends on how you dress that day. So if you dress fresh that day, okay, you're gonna get treated one way. You just have your like sometimes I was just hanging out with my aunt in California, and we're just checking it out, right? Like seeing what's up. And I just had a regular T-shirt, nothing fancy on. I didn't have any of my fancy stuff on. Just hanging out in the mall. Right. Everyone's like right on your case the whole time, right?
Right.
They don't know how much money is in my bank account.
Right.
So we should always give people the benefit of the doubt, and don't be judgmental based on just looks and background. Even background. People change, man. People grow. So, like the Pierre from 5-6 years ago, or even myself 5-6 years ago, is a different dude. Is a different guy. It's the same guy, but the new version, the upgraded version that started reading and writing and doing different things, and we're still trying to improve every day to get to even above, right? Because there's still a lot of work to do.
Right. Still a lot of work to do, right?
Still a lot of work to do. Just the beginning.
Right. Just the beginning, man.
It's only scratching the surface, man. There's so much places to go. We talked about this.
Right, remember? Yeah.
places to go, bro. There's places in the world to go.
Yeah.
Things to see, people to meet.
Oh yeah. Food to eat.
Man, so much food to eat. Love eating.
Dude, you're making me hungry right now.
You know what I mean? Like going to like when I was in my family's from Vietnam. So if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys know where Vietnam is. It's
Yeah.
south of China. So South Vietnam, and then we got to go to like the Buddhist temples and things like that. Just seeing like the design structure of that, being outside and seeing these like designs is just amazing, right? It's like experiencing these things and absorbing them in our life is just to take it all in. That makes me want to. And people are like a lot of people are very negative when it comes to money and things like that. But the reason why I do and want to have this success and keep growing and get success is so that I can have freedom. So the freedom to wake up when I want.
Right.
And if my daughter asks me for something, I can say yes. Right? Obviously not the stupid stuff.
Right.
But like I can say yes, let's go on a trip. Let's go here. Let's go see the mountains. Let's go. Why not? We live once. Why not? So, and that's why money is important, because it gives us freedom, right? And if anyone says money's not important, I don't want to be negative or say anything negative about anyone. But if you don't want the money, give it to me. I'll donate to a charity or something. I'll help someone. Do the work. We'll donate.
This is why,
to the right people.
You know what? I used to think that I'm gonna lie. I used to be the same. I used to be that person that say, "Oh, money ain't important." But now that I step into my power and step into my vision, right, and I start looking at it differently, and I actually those addictions stepping into entrepreneurship. I say, you know what? Money is important, right? Because you can help a lot of people with it, right? You could do things that you've never done with it before, right? I could use that money to create books, right? That could help people grow, right? And share my story with the masses, right?
Exactly.
I could take that and keep investing in people grow, right? And being able to start your own platforms and do things to get your story out there. You could travel the world and meet new people and meet people that's struggling and actually help them personally. Go to their houses and actually help them one-on-one, right? Right? And actually take that money and do things that's going to change someone's life forever, right? And it's not just for them, it's for you, it's for the whole world, right? Because someone else sees that and they say, you know what? If he could do it, I could do this too, man. So let me step my life up, man. Let me step into my power. Let me step into my vision. Let me step into my story and start writing it the way that I will want to write my story, guys. So always write the story the way that you will want to write it, right? You can always reinvent yourself. And you can take that money to reinvent yourself and reinvent other people by sharing your story and taking that money and and go and find someone that's really struggling, right? And take that money and actually help them with their mindset. Buy them a couple books or something, right? Buy them a couple tapes, stuff that's going to change their mindset, right? Because you never know where they're going to be at years from now and say, you know what? Thank you, Pierre, or thank you, David, or thank you, Josh. Thank you, whoever's on this live, for changing my life forever. Just one single tape, this one single book changed my life forever. And there's no words that can ever come out to ever thank you. To tell you I love, thank you for just changing my life with just one single tape. This right here, this live video could actually change someone's life, even though it's skipping through the whole thing because of my notifications. But still,
we're still on anyway.
This could change somebody's life forever.
Maybe a little choppy.
Right.
Still on here anyway.
Right, and that's how you're supposed to do. No matter, you don't have to know everything. Things could be really messed up. Just go and do it anyways. just go and do it anyways. You don't have to be great to get started.
No.
But dude, like Brown says, you do have to start to be great, man. Who cares if you make mistakes? Because mistakes is just part of life anyway. Mistakes is going to get you to your goals. Mistakes are going to get you to your to what you want, right? Instead of making mistakes and not doing nothing.
Yeah, and the more you learn from others, if you get a coach, a mentor, someone that's in a positive line, like someone that has a positive energy, you don't need to make your own mistakes because you learn from their mistakes first. You're already there making mistakes for you. I made so many mistakes, man. I'll tell someone, don't do this. This is what happened to me. You know, never put money in anyone else's hands. This is a big one. Don't put money in anyone else's hands for investments. Just do the research. Then if you want to invest, do it. Because then if you lost the money, you lost the money. Not that guy lost my money, right? That's uncontrollable. You can control that money that you and yourself.
David, and you so.
What's that?
And you're right, bro. Because even when I stepped into when I got mentorship, bro, I was just making mistakes. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna test this stuff out myself. I don't know what I'm doing online. Now I said, I just sat there and I thought one day, I was like, come on, man, I don't have to keep making mistakes. And I started researching stuff, right? And I'm following people. I was following my mentor. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to put my money into this program because I know it could really help me. And ever since I did that 4 months ago, I made 2,000 in commissions, right? 500 went to my upline, but I made 2 sales just from growing and getting a mentor. That probably would have took me like 3 more years to do, right?
That's exactly.
There's people online that's not making anything, right?
So that's why I think it's vital that you can make mistakes all your life, and it's good to learn from the mistakes. But why? When you can network with the right people. So you got to spend some time to get mentored, or sometimes it costs a little bit of money. Sometimes it does. But what are you going to get out of it? You got to think that way. Some people are like, they hear like someone does a coaching, like for example, I do consulting, right? So there's a fee involved. I usually do these calls for free first and foremost, but if I do charge a fee, for example, they're like, well, I don't want to pay a fee. Right. But then I have students that are like, what are you, like, this is too cheap. This is too cheap because the amount of value in this hour is crazy. So you really got to think about it, right? Like, if you're going to invest money into something, invest in yourself, invest in your learning, invest into a coach. Right. And another thing that's very important is actually taking action on what you're learning, because you can buy 18,000 courses. If you don't hit play, like, they can buy your books. They don't read it. What's the point? It's gonna look good on the bookshelf.
Dude, my mentor was just talking about that, David. Mm-hmm. My mentor was like, it's people that buy courses, buy books, and they just never read them. They never listened to the tapes or nothing. Like, it's people that actually join. Right? I've done it too, bro. Man, I bought this trading course for like $300 and never touched the shit.
Trading Academy or something for stocks.
Yeah, I never touched it, dude. And then after that, but that taught me never to do that again. Yeah. That taught me don't ever do that again, Pierre. So the next time I took $1,300, $1,350, and I took it and invested in a mentor, right? And I don't play games. I come to every training, right? And if I miss one, I'm going home and I'm catching the replay.
You gotta hit the recording. Gotta go back and watch the recording.
Right. Thank you.
Now you made me think about that, so now I gotta go hit play when I get home later today on some stuff too to catch up.
Oh yeah.
Because it's important it's important to consume, but it's also important to produce. So you want a balance of both. Always create, view, and then create. View and then don't just view. It's important. You can view if you're not comfortable, but eventually you're building something into this world when you create, whether it's a quick video, whether it's a message, whether it's a post, whether it's a poem, whether it's a story,
Right.
song,
You gotta create
a piece of art,
a story.
a picture that you took as a photographer, anything.
Right.
A smile you gave someone, instead of a frown when you walked into the store. That makes a difference, man. Those people working like grocery stores and stuff and having the masks on and all that, like, gotta give respect to those people, man. Like, then, they're out here so that we can eat.
Exactly.
Literally. So
I like David, man. David's a good guy.
Tip your Uber driver, man. Whoever's doing Uber Eats, tip that guy, man. Seriously, even $1, tip him. Don't skip it. You're gonna get it back tenfold.
Exactly. That's why investing in yourself and investing in other people is so important. Man, this is energy, man. It's just going. It's coming around, man. But you have to put something out there to get something back. You got to put something out there. That's why tithing is so important, man. It teaches you discipline on top of that.
Yeah.
When you put money out there, it's teaching you how to trust, discipline and trust in the process too, right? That's a form of discipline. To be able to learn how to trust the process, that happens in increments, steps too. Little steps to teach yourself how to trust the process is self-discipline. That's a part of self-control, right? That's a part of the yin and the yang, right? That's a part of trusting that balance, right? We got to have balance to where you can't just like David was saying, you can't just learn, right? Just learn all the time and not do nothing with nothing that you're learning, right? It's like the other day, right? I've been learning how to tell stories, right? And the other day, my mind, I think it was my body wouldn't let me write the story. And I was just like, why? It was like maybe some self-doubt. And it was like, I just kept thinking about it. And it took me like a freaking 45 minutes to get this freaking story out. And it was my body fighting against it. I'm like, whoa, like I had the pen in my hand like this. And I got it done because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it, put it out there. Why? Because I'm creating, and my story might change somebody's life. Who knows? I'm not going to be selfish and hold the story back, man. That's just being selfish. So you got to fight. You got to fight.
Get it out there.
You got to fight.
Yeah. And if people aren't good at writing, hit audio. Like there's an app called Anchor, right? Take notes, folks. It's a good app. Anchor, and you can just literally build your own podcast and hit record and then upload it, and you have yourself a podcast free. So if you don't want to be on camera like us right now, you're not comfortable yet, or maybe your living situation is not the best to be on video, whatever you're not comfortable about, get on the audio. No one needs to even see what you look like. You can be sleeping in bed, like laying down and just talking. Maybe one person listens to it. Maybe one person hears it and they get inspired, man. Who knows? Who knows?
All right, David, man. We're going to have to sign out of here, man. I appreciate you for coming through, man, always.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on here. And, if you guys want to check me out at all, I have a podcast. We're going to be discussing with Pierre at some point. Possibly do a little feature there, right? But Lion Life Podcast, if you guys want to check it out. Lion Life Podcast, it's on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. Yeah.
Man, David, go and check that out, guys.
Yeah, and make sure you guys connect with me too, because Pierre and I were just building our network out. Yeah. So anyone that's good with me, at Pierre, he's got a lot to offer. So. And
David has a lot to offer, and we have a lot to offer together. and we have a lot to offer. Bring you guys in, and we all have a lot to offer.
Bring the energy up. Whether you want to just someone to talk to, whether you just need some positive vibes, whether you just want to make your first sale online, whatever it is, just let us know. If we don't know how, then we'll figure it out. We'll find out.
Right, we're going to figure it out.
We'll use someone that we know. It's knowledge, right? So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you, man.
All right, David. I appreciate you too, David, man. God bless you. And I'm signing out. Thank you guys for tuning in to New Life Poetry podcast. So I'll be speaking with you guys later. If y'all catching this live, hashtag live. If y'all was catching the replay, hashtag replay. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm signing out. Peace.